I think you'll probably like the explanation more than the trick, because the principle is an old trick, and it can be found in Harry Lorraine's The Magic Book, and it was created early on by Jack Avis and Paul Curry, and it's in print in many versions of rope magic books. The box is just a box. There's really no trapdoors. There's not much to it other than this little lid right here, and this little lid right here is what allows you to do the trick. It's because it has these two little cutout holes. The inside of the box is really empty. There's not much other than there's a magnet in the top here to keep the lid closed so that when you lift the box it doesn't open prematurely. Now this magnet's a little bit loose, but it should stay closed. In the boxes that you will purchase, they will be perfect. This is actually my prototype, so that when you lift the box it should stay closed at all angles. And of course there's a little magnet right here that keeps this lid closed so that when you pull tension on it, it doesn't open as easy as it should. Inside the box I have two magnets right here just at the edge of the curtain. Now, so that later on in the routine I will be able to attach the ring. If you'll get a little close-up on this, we might be able to give them a closer view of the ring attached to the inside of the box right there. Now watch. If you back up just a touch, you'll be able to see me stick my finger in here. Now watch this, and just it'll fall right off the magnet. So later on you'll notice that you'll hear the sound of the ring falling into the box, and this is what you're really going to be hearing right there. Okay, so the only gimmicks in the box are really the magnets that exist right here and the top of the box, which has these two little holes in the lid. So now let's get on with the routine. The first part is done. Actually, I have one of these rings in my pocket, and it's going to be in my pants pocket, so I'll just put it there now. You'll just have to trust that it's there. And this ring can either be handed to a spectator, or it can be placed in your pocket and introduced at the time you're using it. Sometimes I like to hand it out early on and say, here, would you like to hold this? We'll be using it in a minute. Or sometimes I like to just put it away and let it be a mystery at the time. So then I start by saying I have a magic box, and of course most boxes are magic and you don't know why, and in most cases you never will know unless, that is, you were to crawl inside my little box, and I might let you do that in a moment. So before we start, I'd like you to examine the ropes, and of course the spectators can examine the ropes to make sure they're real and they're solid. These middles will be placed inside this box, and I'm going to cross them. And then I'm going to cross them again. And then I'm going to grab that little bite right there, as you can see. Now down below, there's going to be a loop right there that's going to be hidden. I'm going to pop the lid open by pushing my thumb on it. Of course, the spectators will see the lid open right now. You're not going to see that. Now I'm going to push these up through the lid. So now if you'll just zoom out just a little bit, the middles now come up through the lid, just like this. And then I close the lid around those two pieces of rope so that now you see the link, but inside the box is the secret loop. Okay, is that clear? Can you see that okay? Right there's the secret loop. So then in a minute, when I pull these out of the box, showing the link, at the same time those come out, that little loop in the inside starts to untwine and gives me the first part of the link. Okay? So basically, let me show you what happens inside the box. I'm going to put the ropes on the table just like this. And this is what I'm doing inside. I'm crossing them once, and I'm crossing them twice. This is the part that will be through the top of the box, and this is the little loop that will be hidden inside. So that when these are pulled out, this undoes. Okay, so that's the first part of the link. I think that should be enough of that explanation. You can play around with it until it's comfortable. Now the main thing is when you're inside the box, watch what happens. I cross them twice, and then I just grab right here. So that's what we'll have. We'll have this, and we'll have that, and then when I pull them out, it'll undo inside the box. Okay. We're going to do the second phase now. I place the centers of the ropes inside the box once again. But this time, instead of doing anything fancy, I just push them right up through the lid, and nothing is linked at this point. I close the lid off just like that, and then I let the people think for just a moment. And I try to say, look, these are the middles of the ropes, these are the ends of the ropes right here. And then I go a step further by opening the box and letting them view inside so they can see the situation. Okay? Then I close the box. Now this is what I'm going to do inside. I'm going to reach inside and I'm going to grab the two lines that are closest to the audience. And I can see that as I look down through the holes in the tops of the box. And now I cross them twice once again, once and twice. And then I come back and grab the little loops that are behind them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out of the box, and at the same time it's going to pull that little loop through just like this, and I'm going to hand it to a spectator on my left and say hold tight, and then I'm going to do the same over here, but I don't have to pull the loop through because it's already done. And of course as I do that, these will sink down into the box. The spectators will be now holding the ends. The work is done from the inside of the box. They're already linked. This is what it looks like. Just like that. Ooh, that's a nice view. I like that. Then I push the little tips down inside the box just like this. Now remember, the spectators are holding on to those ends. And then I say, don't move. I leave a little moment for them to wonder what's going to happen. Then I say, on the count of 3, I want you both to pull. And then they pull. And when they do, they're going to feel the tension from the inside. And I think the best presentation is for me to pick up the box and move it to the left, to the right, show the link, and then back to center. Then I swing the lid open, they're still holding on, and now everybody gets to view the link. And now that trick is basically over, and I let them just think about it. I take a beat or two until I'm satisfied that people have enjoyed the situation, and then I close the box. And in the meantime, while they're looking inside that box and wondering how the trick works, I sneak into my pocket and I palm this ring. And I say, as a last thought, I say, how would you like to see me take these apart very smoothly? And I don't act as if it's going to be another trick. It's just something I'm going to do. And at this point, they really don't care, but I do it anyway. So now my hands enter the box from both sides with the ring. And once my hands are in the box, I usually palm it in my right hand, and I hand it to my left hand. And then I just come in here, and both hands are sort of in the box, and I just attach the ring to the magnet that we had earlier. So now it's right up here. Oh no, I'm swinging this the wrong way. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Right there. Okay. Of course, that's done secretly. And then in the meantime, I just take the ropes and I just undo them. And I slide them out and I say, see, isn't that amazing how nicely they come apart? And believe it or not, you get a nice little laugh out of that because they think it's just a joke. But in the meantime, of course, you've loaded your ring inside the box, and now you're ready to really kill them by saying, I'm going to put one of these ropes away and we'll just use one rope this time. And now I reach in my pocket and introduce the ring. Now, if I've handed the ring to a spectator early on, I say, do you still have that ring, sir? They'll say, yes, I do. I'll say, here, I'll hold on to the ends, and would you please string that ring onto the cord? And of course, they're going to look at it and think, how am I going to do this? And they usually will say, well, you can put it onto the ends. And I say, there you go, that's good. But I'll tell you what if I were to put this through? Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to hold the rope right here, put my index finger above the rope, because you don't want the rope to go inside the curtain. Sometimes it catches and doesn't go through cleanly. So I put my finger right here as a guide, and I'm going to just push it right through the box. Okay, let me move here so we can see this. Goes right through the box and through the ring cleanly, and I try to keep my hand to the top of the box so it doesn't interfere with the ring at all. Because if you're not careful, you can go through and do this. And if you do that, you might as well just go home. And usually if something like that happens, you just say, "Did you hear that?" And do the best you can to get out of it. So you don't want that to happen. So if you keep the finger up high and just push it through cleanly, like this, and the magnets are strong enough to keep that ring on, then you reach through with the other hand, grab the end of the rope, string it through, and the nice part here is you can really freely say, "Now look, solid rope." And they can see it dragging through the box. Everything should be fine. And now, of course, the box is closed. But what I'd like to do is just push this rope in a little bit on this side so that when the ring drops off, it'll fall down and make sure it hits the bottom. If it's up here, sometimes it'll drop in and won't even hit the bottom of the box. But either way, it's okay. Then I bring the ends forward. I either let the spectator hold the ends or let them keep their eye on them. I take the ring from them now, and this is the most amazing part of this trick. I just palm it in a natural finger palm position. I show it like this, and then as I move towards the hole, I just let it relax. I cup my hands and I just push through and let that ring fall off. This is still palmed. I just relax. Of course, the lid will be closed. I tell everybody not to move, but to just wait for a few seconds. Then they can either open the box or I can open the box. At that point, I usually will stand up, stand back, put my hands in my pocket, and dump this ring. All attention is on the box and the ring that's linked on the inside. And let me tell you, my friends, it's a miracle. So that's the three phases that I use for the box. The first link, the second link with the rope, and the third link with the ring. And of course, at the end, it's nice to be able to display it. And of course, maybe pull it out and let it sit like that. Everybody can come and examine the box as much as completely. So anyway, those are some of the subtleties about Dean's box. I hope you enjoy this as much as I have. And I'd like to thank Neil Saavedra and Kirk Saavedra for helping me with this video. I really do appreciate it. And God bless you all. Okay, let's do this one more time. In fact, I'll open the box. You can see inside here. Put the rope through. Nothing inside the box. The ring goes right through and onto the rope. Okay, that's just one little extra phase that you can do when you feel like it. Sometimes people are talking about the trick and you have time to set this up. Now, to set this up, you're going to place the ring outside the box this time, right up into this little area. So now it's outside, and if you get the angles right, if you have a straight-on view, you can do this. If you have people standing around, forget it. Don't even try it. But if you have somebody up front and close who is really interested, you might as well go for this. This is great. A friend of mine actually did this for me and blew me away with it the other day. So I'm including it. Thank you to Thomas Reynolds, my wonderful friend. So now I just stick this through the box and through the ring from the outside. And if the angles are straight on, no one sees the ring. And then I just take it like this and palm it once again, grab the ring from the outside, and then just push it through, and it's linked. So it's a really nice little phase you can play with if you like. Okay?